You stop me.
Boozing with gays.
One more time for the people in the back. People in the back. The people in the back.
Boozing with gays.
Hello, darling.
Hello, handsome husband.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. Thank you.
Good.
I lift a glass to you.
Oh, our glasses are almost identical, and yet we're in
sort of
Oh,
oddly.
those are my mom's glasses.
No.
Those are the glasses Jenny McCann bought us.
That you always say are your mom's, and
I know.
Jenny
Cheers,
gets
baby.
a little bit angry at you for that one.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers. What are we drinking, Michael Shepard?
We're having the Greyhound, which is basically vodka and grapefruit juice.
And this drink takes me back to my very waspy roots.
How waspy?
And I remember you and I with my Aunt Jane and Uncle Jim at the Bel Air Bay Club in their cabana drinking Greyhounds.
That's true.
That is the most white privilege sentence I've said in quite some time. I'm a little exhausted.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you just need to rest after all your privilege.
That's
That's
a
what needs
lot.
to happen.
It's a lot. That Bel Air Bay Club.
So where's the Bel Air? Where is this Bel Air Bay Club?
I don't know technically. I think it's technically in Malibu, or it's in Malibu adjacent. I'm not sure.
It's Malibu. It is Malibu. Hey, Dion. Hey, Joe. Hey, big sister Brenda and Lauren. How y'all doing? Say some noise. Let me hear something from you, please. It has been like crazy.
In terms of what?
I gotta tell you. So, I'm sure a lot of people already know this, but for those who don't, I'm in Montgomery, Alabama, doing a show, Little Shop of Horrors. And I love the fact that I'm having so many friends and family come out to see this show in Alabama.
But people aren't living in Alabama. I mean, some people there, but people are coming out of state too.
Yeah,
right?
They're coming, they're crossing state lines to see me perform.
In Little Shop of Horrors, which is a blast of a show.
And usually most people that I know shouldn't be allowed to cross state lines.
Up.
It's crazy. Hey, Cassandra. So my best friend Cassandra Manley came with her wife. My nieces come. I've had some cousins who come. Our cousin Lee is coming on Sunday. I have my friend Brandy coming tomorrow night. I've had just tons of folks coming in to see the show. And it's been really, really, really wonderful.
Well, I've been raising our children, and that's been a drag.
I'm sorry.
How nice for you.
I've been drinking with friends and family. And
eating buffalo wings, and oh my God. It sounds wonderful.
Consuelo Allen is with us tonight.
Hello,
Consuelo. Hey, Jennifer Lee Warren, my darling. Someone said, hey, Frankie Jordan. Boobs to you, Frankie Jordan. Annalisa Erickson said, drink up, Hutch.
I'm going to see Annalisa the night you come home.
Oh, are you doing telling people what you're doing?
Oh, I'm doing Rant and Rave. I actually should have gotten the postcard out. So this is a spoken word thing. It's going to be at the Matrix Theater. It's Rogue Machine's spoken word for those of you Los Angelinos that are watching. And their subject matter, the prompt is adoption. And you all might know this of Michael and I, but we have a couple adoption stories, to say the least. And so that was I threw my piece together like that. I told the person, I said, I think I have 5, 6, 7 adoption pieces. This is really not difficult for me to throw together. But I had the piece put together. It was pretty easy. I think it's funny. I think it has a lot of, good stuff in it. It is, what the piece is. It's when we first met Sebastian, which is, it's a good story. It's a good story.
It involves Nell Carter.
It involves Nell Carter. It certainly does.
TV's Nell Carter. Marty Alexenberg Priceland is here. I love it. Matthew Black. Stacey Reed Payton. What's up, baby?
Do you want to take care of housekeeping, my love?
Let's do housekeeping. Fair use statement. Excerpts of copyrighted material may, under certain circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research without the need for permission from or payment to the copyright holder. Now,
certain circumstances.
Yeah. Now, Dion Labriola always says, you don't need to say it. But when we haven't said it, we get,
I don't know that's, I think we kind of do it now out of superstition more than anything else. Like, we don't know.
It's like saying the Scottish play. We just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Do you know what I feel like today, Hutch?
What, babe?
First, a drink.
Mm-hmm. And then?
Being gay. Really, really gay.
Tell me some gay stuff.
Gay stuff. What gay stuff you want to hear? Do you want to hear about Texas gay stuff?
Yes.
And first of all, Dion Antic, I'm not talking about you, punk. I'm talking about Dion Labriola. If you got something to say to me, Dion Antic, come and say it to my face on this Facebook page. Anyway, it's
I believe the gauntlet has been thrown down.
The gauntlet has been thrown, Heifer. It is Happy Pride Week to Austin Independent School District, Austin, Texas.
This is when I want like a great like applause sound effect. I want my little box with the buttons. I'd be like, yeah.
I need to find that.
I mean, is that something to find? Hey,
hold on.
Now, this is a Dion Antic question. Dion Antic, find me a box with sound effects.
Frankie Jordan's husband, Dion, is here. Well, I'm always talking about him.
How many Dions are watching us right now?
You know, Dion, I'm always talking about you, baby, with your fine, tall, brown ass. Hallelujah. Hey, Cassandra. All right. So, Pride Week in Austin, Texas. It's its 8th year.
Well, it's the independent school district. I mean, it isn't the city. It's the school district, which, can we just stop right there? The fact that a school district is celebrating Pride, I think is awesome anywhere in this country, let alone Texas. Continue, my love.
And so, this is the 8th year. They were flags, buttons, all this sort of LGBTQI inclusivity. Everything was happy and joyous and wonderful and gay. And guess what?
What happened, honey?
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton.
Bum, bum, but up. That'd be the Price is Right. Bum, 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 bum. Ken Paxton. Bum, bum.
All of a sudden, this fool sending a letter to the school district in Austin saying, y'all breaking rules. A celebration of pride celebration.
Pride, yes.
It's like constituted sex education,
which has become illegal in the state of Texas.
Yeah, and
deep in the heart of Texas.
You can't do this without consent. You can't do this without the consent of all the parents. I'm like, boy, bye. So
there is a hero in this story. Her name is Stephanie Elizalde. I'm not sure. She is the school district superintendent. She tweeted this: I want all our LGBTQIA plus students to know that we are proud of them and we will protect them against political attacks. And as of this moment, they are not stopping any of the ceremonies.
As they should not.
So once again, applause.
Honey, the students are coming out, whether it's in Florida or Texas, the students are coming out.
Because guess where gay people are? Guess where gay people are, Michael?
At the bars.
Everywhere. And at the bars. And in the schools. And everywhere. They're gay everywhere.
I want to give a special shout out to David C. Nichols. We're missing you. We adore you. Hope the move was good. And, it's great. And as both Consuelo and Jim Lee Warren has said, F. Ken Paxton, he's been under federal indictment for 5 years. So, also, Annalisa actually posted in the comments the Facebook page for a
rant and rave. Thank you, Annalisa. And she's whenever I perform there, Annalisa's always there. An awesome, awesome supporter. Yeah. And I'm not even saying of me. She supports Rogue Machine. She's an awesome supporter. So that's tremendous.
But I am kind of freaked. I'm freaked out. Yeah, I am freaked out because how many middle-aged white men are upset about people expressing who they truly are?
Well, are they really upset, or are they using it as a political cudgel so they get votes in the next, turnaround? That's what I think. Half of what we're going to be talking about tonight, it's a lot of people who are using extreme measures to speak to the I don't know, certain parts of their base. But I don't know that they necessarily believe these things. They just are saying it so they get nominated the next go around, which is horrible.
It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. So, but you know who else is horrible? I'm gonna tell you who's horrible. I need another.
Hey, Michael, are you talking for a moment? I'm going to
Mhm.
get this postcard and bring it up. So it's on my mail. So I will. I'm going to be seen, but I'm going to be looking at something else. You
Well, we
just
should talk about this because I think you have. Don't you have the a twat to put up?
no.
Okay, so
we
yeah.
can talk about- I do have a DeSantis proclamation, which I
All
can.
right. So I want to talk about this, y'all. Listen. Brenda, Beverly, what's the name? The listen lady? I can't. Hey, Kathy Walker. So y'all know what's happening in Florida. Ron DeSantis is saying all this, anti-trans nonsense, right? And there was a swim meet where Leah Thomas, who is a trans woman swimmer who won the swim meet, and they're saying you didn't win. You're an M. You're not a real woman. You're a man. They're saying all this very vile crap, right? I mean, it is so homophobic. It is so transphobic. It is unbelievable. Guess who came out and said, after Ron DeSantis said, we have to stop ruining women's sports. Guess who said, you're absolutely right?
Who said that, Michael Shepard?
Caitlyn Jenner, y'all.
Well, I hate to say it, but hardly surprising.
Y'all, Caitlyn Jenner came out and said that she agrees with DeSantis. That it's a matter of common sense. I'm like, what? What? So a trans woman came out and agreed with a transphobic white cis male. What?
So this is the proclamation DeSantis came out with. This all came because they had the NCAA Division I swim meet, right?
Yes.
And it was the women's 500-yard freestyle.
Leah
And
Thomas.
the winner was Leah Thomas, who is a trans woman. This is kind of where DeSantis started his rant, and Caitlyn Jenner then went, I'm going to continue the rant. And DeSantis said, the person who came in second place, her name was Emma Wyant. And so DeSantis' proclamation was, since Wyant is a native Floridan from Sarasota, I, Ron DeSantis, governor of the state of Florida, do hereby declare in Florida that Emma Wyant is the rightful winner of the 2022 NCAA Division I Women's 500-Yard Freestyle. And Caitlyn Jenner then piggybacked on top of that, basically saying that it's something that needs to be looked at. But what I think is so short-sighted about Caitlyn Jenner is Ron DeSantis has this whole thing, don't say gay in schools, doesn't believe in trans rights. Caitlyn Jenner, I want to say something directly to you. You are trans. You should believe in trans rights. You should not agree with Ron DeSantis. Done. That's all I got to say about that mess.
I listen to that, honey, and I go, what? But then again, there's gays for Trump.
Well, I got to go back to Rant and Rave, my performance I'm going to be doing. So they do a thing called, they call it their baseball card, which is basically you send in your photo and you do a little blurb and you put in your social media, which I put in Boozing with Gays. And I have no headshot that's younger than 10 years at all. And so I said, I can't send in my, I would love to show you the headshot that I have. You would just go, oh my God, he's stunning. So I just took a selfie. And if you go on and look at, like, there's 6 performers that night. If you look at all the performances, it's all these headshots. They're beautifully lit. They're, it's a headshot. They're awesome. They're wonderful, wonderful performers with wonderful headshots. So now I'm going to show you what I sent him.
I think it's sexy.
It's kind of mugshotty though. I kind of like the ring.
It's sexy.
It's very Carol Burnett, the ring.
Okay. Just for those of you who don't know, my husband has decided that as he is approaching a certain age, that he's going to wear more and more jewelry.
And become Carol Burnett. I think that's done. We've said it. It's,
I just want to point that out, that you decided
she was an icon of mine from early on. I don't know if I've said this story. This totally gets us off track. When I was in I want to say 5th or 6th grade. I was a lover of the Carol Burnett show. It was that, that Saturday night lineup that we all watched on TV, and ended with Carol Burnett. And I used to watch Carol Burnett from 10 to 11 Pacific Standard Time, and I loved it. And my family knew. They went, "Oh my God, he's in love with Carol Burnett." So one day, what?
They knew.
No one knew. No, my family knew nothing. But so I go up to our mailbox one day, and I'm getting the mail, and there's this big envelope, and I open it up, and it is a 8x10 glossy of Carol Burnett. It said "To Rick," my childhood name, "To Rick, XXOO Carol." It's in this house somewhere. I've not seen it in years.
It's in the closet.
It's in somewhere around this house, and she has the ring hand.
And what did you do when you received that?
It was otherworldly because I had no idea how it got there. I mean, no one told me it was coming. No one said why it would be there. There wasn't any explanation as to how that photograph arrived in our mailbox. Later learned that my cousin, who is closest in age to me, Jenna, she was best friends with Carrie Hamilton, Carol's oldest daughter. So I had no clue that any of that existed. So that's how Carol Burnett's photograph ended up in her mailbox.
But then you sent her.
No, that's not. Well, no, it's not. Well, yes, kind of, but no. So I was invited. This is such a silly story. So Jenna went to school in Bel Air, and I was invited to, what is it, Thomas Dye Academy, or one of those fancy school names. And I went to her 8th grade graduation. And I did not go to Jenna's 8th grade graduation because of my cousin. I went to Jenna's 8th grade graduation because I knew I'd meet Carol Burnett. This was the whole purpose of this. And I thought, well, Carol Burnett gave me something. She gave me a photograph of herself. I have to reciprocate. And I found my 8th grade photograph at that point. And I cut it out. You know how you get the little squares? I cut it out. And my intention was to write, "Dear Carol, XXOO, Rick." I wanted to write, all the other things back. And I never got a pen, so I didn't do that. But so at this reception after the graduation, I handed this photograph to Carol Burnett. I'm an 8th grader. And I don't think I'm wrong when she looked at me like, okay, like it was a random child handing her a photograph. You sent me a photograph, so I'm going to give you one. I don't think it made it did. I know it did not make the impact I wanted. I wanted her to think it was sweet and wonderful. It didn't hit.
Hey, can you highlight a couple things what Greg said?
Sure.
Can you find it?
This one here?
Yeah. Caitlyn Jenner is the Candace Owens of the trans community. Why, yes. Yes. And Jennifer Lee Warren said something about you. All right.
Did you see this?
There you go.
Well, Dion, it is the story you tell in your movie, isn't it? It's like, the brushes with greatness, the things we have going on in our head as kids, and then what the reality is. Yeah. I keep thinking I'm going to bump into Carol as an adult and say, remember that kid?
Carol.
Remember that kid who gave you? Yeah. I don't know. It hasn't happened yet. All right. Let's move on from, Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, from Caitlyn to Kim.
Here's the law moving slow in gay news, but it happened, and that is a federal judge deemed that Kim Davis, remember Kim Davis?
I do remember.
Violated same-sex couples' constitutional rights for not granting them marriage licenses. That was in 2015. It took 7 years. It took 7 years for this to go to trial. And so now what's up in the air is, will she have to pay some sort of restitution or some
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Well,
that was ridiculous.
She's got no money, but the thing is, she'll put up like a GoFundMe campaign, and then the people will get paid. I think that the people, you know what I mean? It'll happen.
Always a GoFundMe for something ridiculous. Oh, I gotta do this. So last week, excuse me, I wore this same shirt last week, and I don't.
Oh, you didn't show it.
But I didn't show it last week, so I have to show it today.
It's a good shirt. Yeah, it's a good shirt.
I picked this up, and I love this shirt. Look at that. They have them down here in the
big bottle of Sky.
Oh, you have Sky? Because I have Tito's.
When you know we have Sky. This is
Hey, Barbara Haas.
Oh God, a June bug is flying around the kitchen looking crazy.
June bugs busting out all over.
Oh, that's a fun one. We're gonna do that in June because that always makes us happy. Disney news, Michael Shepard. There's Disney news.
You know what's sad? Because I love Disney. I love Disney.
Yes.
And Disney's been messing up.
Well, but they're also trying to fix. I mean, the thing is, the CEO, what's his name? I always forget his name. Bob Chapek.
Yeah.
I mean, he's fairly new to CEOing. maybe he needs a tutor. Maybe he needs a little help. I mean, he's been there for a while. He's been. Yeah, I think my glasses are totally crooked. There, maybe that's better. I feel like I'm looking at you crookedly. But yeah, I mean, so when DeSantis news, but when DeSantis came out and did the "Don't Say Gay" in the classroom thing, Disney, which is, by the way, the largest employer in Florida. So Disney speaking out against this, logical step, incredibly logical. And Chapek did a very measured, well, we have to listen to all sides because, we all want the same thing. He said some sort of crap like
what he said was all lives matter.
Basically, yes.
That's what he said. He said all lives matter. And then all of a sudden people's like, oh, hold up, bitch. Hold up, Bobby. Boo-boo.
So I do have a statement, and you're probably going to poo-poo it, but I'm up for anyone. This is me, and I know that Michael and I sometimes differ at this. I'm up for anyone that goes, I want to fix this. I made a mistake, and they take ownership of mistakes. And so he did, if I can find what I want to find, he sent out this. I'll read it real quickly. Speaking to you, reading your messages, and meeting with you have helped me better understand how painful our silence was. It is clear that this is not just an issue about a bill in Florida, but instead yet another challenge to basic human rights. You needed me to be a stronger ally in the fight for equal rights, and I let you down. I am sorry. And yes, what? No, we could be covering his ass. Go ahead.
Here's the problem.
Go.
Until people get the backlash or get caught doing something, then the apology comes.
No,
like, I ain't studying y'all homo.
No, but Michael, I disagree. Let me say this. A lot of apologies aren't really apologies. They're that kind of sidestep, but they don't give any leeway. He said, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I mean, that's a bit of a different step that I see than from what I see other CEOs.
As Jeremy Warren said, had his employees not walked out and became so vocal and then start spreading truths about the storylines in their movies being, all the gay stuff being cut out of storylines, he would have said he wouldn't have done shit.
Here's one of the walkouts. So I didn't know Raven had a new show. Did you know this Raven's Home? I don't know that one. But on the Disney Channel.
That's just Raven, but she old now.
But her cast walked out. But the walkouts are interesting. They're kind of they walk out for 15 minutes and then let's go back. I'm not sure how. Does it help? Do you think? Is it enough?
I don't know. It brings attention to it. It does bring attention to the situation.
The person that I think truly is bringing attention to it, Gabrielle Union on the red carpet of Cheaper by the Dozen, which is a Disney movie. She doesn't mention Disney by name. She's not, specifically citing what's going on, but she has some words that I thought were awesome.
You're going to take the stand and be all about diversity and inclusion, and it's not just about black boxes after George Floyd died. You need to actually put your money where your mouth is. And you can't stand against hate and oppression and fund hate and oppression. That doesn't work. The fear that gripped me, because I know what this leads to. You know what I mean? We've lived through, every moment in history there has been this moment. We know how this ends. We know where hate and oppression lead. And it can start now with the LGBTQIA community, but if you think that that it's just a them problem, oh baby, you're next.
Right?
Oh baby.
Oh baby, you're next. That's the title of this episode. Oh baby, you're next.
I'm sorry, Brenda. I won't tell a woman she old now. She's a bit more mature in her status. That's what I will say.
What? You're Raven?
Yeah. She's a bit more mature in her status.
You're doing your mom.
Oh my God, I am doing my mom. 3 months. 3 months.
Oh, Choicey.
Mom.
I feel her, Michael.
I want to, what? Here's the thing.
You hear what I said?
Huh?
I feel her.
Always.
I'm joking. I feel her right now.
Yeah. Was it? That's you to stop me from thinking.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
The thing. Plus, with her, the fact that she has a trans daughter.
Yes.
Trans daughter.
Yes.
Aya. It's like it's even more important that this, as a Black woman, speaking out, because
and speaking out at the possibility of not getting more work from Disney. I mean, she really she stood up there
that's what Black people do. Black people speak out, they get punished, and then somebody of a egg color comes out and says the same thing after all the punishment has gone past. Sorry, palm colored. Let's say that. And,
I used to say potato chip colored, but I don't feel like I look like a potato chip.
Well, at least not. Maybe a Pringle. But and then they get the glory behind it. And that's what always happens. So if she gets knocked down, that just means somebody else, somebody white is just going to say the same thing and get lots of praise.
This is our good buddy Jennifer Lee Warren said, Michael.
Yes.
I think her speaking up makes her powerful. And I think you're right. I think that it would be a humongous backlash if anything bad happened to her. So I think she's safe.
Plus, and her, people love her. People love her. And she will cut you. She will cut you.
She doesn't play when she has something to say.
I don't know who has watched that movie. Pringles H. Foster.
Who's that?
Pringles H. Well, it's Pringles H. Foster.
Carol Burnett.
I did watch Cheaper by the Dozen. I didn't really like it, and me, I love that movie. I love the original.
Oh, this isn't Cheaper by the Dozen. Is it Cheaper by the Dozen? Yeah, it is Cheaper by the Dozen.
Yeah, Cheaper by the Dozen.
I was thinking Yours, Mine, and Ours. I got it all confused in my head. The two big family movies.
Yeah. Well, Yours, Mine, and Ours is the same.
You know what's weird about Cheaper by the Dozen? It's okay. I read the book Cheaper by the Dozen. It's like a 1930s, 20s, 40s, an old book.
Yeah.
And it's about a family of with kids, and they have like 12 kids. And the dad was really kind of spectacular, and that he kept challenging the kids, and he would put like Morse code, imagery painted on the walls, and they'd have to figure out he did all sorts of stuff. I don't know.
I'm not mistaken, it's based on a true story.
It is. It's a total true story.
It's a total
real family. So I don't know how you take that and modernize it, because I think part of the time period of that movie was the time. Was the time period? There weren't phones.
They took that story and they did Yours, Mine, and Ours, and they mushed it together
to do Cheaper by the Dozen.
Yeah, Cheaper by the Dozen.
Do you want to talk about Richard Zegler or Master? Your call, or both.
Richard Zegler. Because speaking, 8 is enough. Chrissy McNichol was a homosexual too.
She wasn't on 8 is enough. Don't mess your. No, she wasn't on 8 is enough.
Who was on 8 is enough? Who was? Oh.
8 is enough is no one famous came from 8 is enough. Literally.
No. Who was on 8 is enough?
Dick Van Patten, Betty Buckley, but the kids, none of those kids are still in the business as far as I know.
I'm sorry, hold on.
Christy McNichol was the oh God, what was that? Family. With Quinn Cummings, our good buddy.
Quinn Cummings, yes. Oh my God. Betty Buckley's famous though, and is a friend of Madonna.
I'm talking about the kids. 8 is enough did not generate famous kid stars. It did not.
Why is that?
Willie Ames. No.
Okay. But let's be clear, honey. Hold on. Let's be clear. Willie Ames, and we all had that Teen Beat magazine.
What did you beat? What did you beat?
Teen Beat. Teen Beat. Did you say Teen Meat?
I said, what did you beat?
Because Willie Ames, because Willie Ames gave birth to that whole cute white boy with curly afros. Those perms, cute white boys with perms. Clear that. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could be so free. Now everybody's gonna have that earwig. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. Who is that actor?
William Catt.
William Catt. Ooh.
I can only do so much at a time with all this, Michael.
Speaking of Catt, let's talk about the Oscars. Battle of the Network Stars. We should have a whole special on that. I bet we can show tons of clips from that.
Well, hold on. I'm coming back to you. I disappeared for a second. I'm giving you a present.
Mm-mm.
Do you know what it is?
I hope it's a cameo. Send me a cameo of Willie Ames with his shirt
This is
off.
interesting.
Huh?
Yeah, it was the curly hair. Here we go.
Oh my!
The problem is that took me 45 seconds. I would love to be faster with it and go bam.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. There is with your hair, with his hair was shorter. There's a picture of you just like that in your portfolio. There is.
It's a very white bread. Yeah, no, that was my family. I totally get it.
I'm hot. Just say, baby. No, because back in your days when you were a Barbizon model, because you were a Barbizon model, you still have your
all my
certificate.
secrets in one episode.
You still have your certificate. It's framed in our bedroom.
It's not framed.
It will be when I get back.
Oh man.
All right. So speaking of speaking out, Rachel Zegler. For those who know, Rachel Zegler is
She's Maria
in
in West Side Story.
the new West Side Story by I was gonna say Steven Seagal.
Which I mean, truly, she's magnetic in the movie. She's lovely.
She's lovely. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous.
And we got to put this out there. She's the new Snow White in the live action, in the Disney live action of Snow White. I didn't know that Gal Gadot was playing the evil queen. By the way, did you know that?
When are they gonna get a real evil queen?
They do. Who would you? Jennifer Lewis? Who would you? That would be a good evil queen.
Can you imagine Jennifer Lewis playing the evil queen in Snow White? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Ha! What is
we got to get through this because we actually have stuff to. So Rachel Zegler, there was she posted a beautiful picture of herself in a dress, and someone on like one of the sites, I think Twitter, TikTok, something. And someone said on the site, I can't wait to see what you wear to the Oscars. And she wrote back, oh, well, actually, I'm just wearing sweats and watching it at home because I wasn't invited. And that caused a storm. Like people like, no, she's it's the nominated movie for Best Picture. And she's the lead and she's not invited. And the male lead is, it's all sorts of things. So, I mean, this is what happens with popular opinion. Next thing you know, she's going to be presented at the Oscars or presenting an award.
I want to know what she's wearing. Okay.
I want to know what she's wearing. Exactly. Yeah. We're going to be watching, by the way. Rachel, wear something good.
Please put up what Bernard K. Addison said. Please, please, please put that up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe it's the truth.
Not Lauren Graham, Lindsay Graham.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Would be is boo is.
We got to get to Lindsay Graham. I have some stuff. Are you talking about Master, my love?
So I watched this movie on
And just so you know, you're doing this quickly.
All right, so my light fell.
I appreciate that.
All right. So I'm watching this movie on Apple TV. It's called Master. It is a black horror story, and the whole storyline is about racism. It is a scary storyline about racism, y'all. When I say you have to watch it, because it's just one microaggression after another that leads up to a horror story. It is so clever, and all I kept thinking is that, wow, what we have to go through as Black people, and it takes place on a primarily white university campus. And when I say to you, what we as Black people, not this, go through in these university settings is crazy. But then I believe you've witnessed what Black people have to go through. If any of you are watching the Ketanji Jackson confirmation hearings.
Well, that was painful to watch you draw out. We're going to also set it off with this. Oh my God. So most of the hearings I watched was in the car because I ended up, oh, actually, no, wait, before we do the hearings, you want to do one thing and I'm going to do this. This is in honor of you and what you are doing right now. And it's in honor of Jennifer Lee Warren because it's that thing. Go.
Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson appeared in Little Shop of Horrors at Harvard with Mo Rocca. People are looking for the video for that, by the way.
She played Ronette. We do have an image.
Come on, Ronette, hand on hip. She knew. She knew. Look at her. She knew.
And before we get to the horrible Republican,
Are we having a problem, Crystal? No, we are not, Ronette.
I would love to hear her line delivery. Wouldn't that be awesome? And before we get to all the horrible white people that said all the horrible things at the thing, and I want to share this. The Washington Post pointed out Sunday that, if confirmed, Jackson would be the only active Supreme Court justice to have attended an Ivy League law school, clerked for a Supreme Court justice, served as a public defender, served on the Sentencing Commission, served as a U.S. District Court judge, and served as a U.S. Court of Appeals judge. She is so freaking accomplished, this woman. So freaking accomplished. And we have statement socks.
Those are the socks her husband wore.
Well, that was day 3. He wore a John F. Kennedy on day 3. And day 1 and 2, it was like, I think it was Washington and Benjamin Franklin. He was wearing statement socks, and that became a thing. I didn't realize that her husband was white. They're an adorable couple. Who's the guy in Utah that would say they wouldn't be able to get married? Braun? What was his name?
Is it Ron Sass? I can't remember his name.
No, Braun. It was a guy in Utah.
Oh, Braun, yes.
Yes, he said, "Oh, I think it should go back to the States." And then, like the day later, he did an apology. I don't believe it. He went, "Oh, I didn't understand what he was talking about."
And yet he point blank said exactly what he said.
And yet he said what he was saying.
Okay,
we got to get to these confirmation hearings. Right. The hearing itself, in some ways, I was so thrilled because, and I'm so mixed emotions about this whole thing. I hated what we put her through, Michael. I hated what we put her through. I thought it was so degrading. And yet what she did and how she maintained, I just said, yay, because I want you in. And I think there's a lot of America behind her. She has an approval rating from the United States of American population that is number 2 of Supreme Court justices like in the last 20 years. Roberts was the only one that had an approval rating above hers.
So you just said something very important. You said you hated to see what they put her through.
Yeah, well, can we just go?
Hold on. What you saw her go through is what every Black woman in America goes through.
Oh, daily.
Every time they apply for a job.
Daily. Just walking out the door.
Every time. That is what Black women have to go through. You just happen to see it on TV in real time.
So I have 3 clips from the confirmation hearings. I just don't even know which way to start. We'll start with, people are talking about the Ted Cruz run and putting up the Kendi Ibram Kendi child's book. So this is a little bit of that. It's just Ted Cruz, but Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Race theory frames all of society as a fundamental and intractable battle between the races. It views every conflict as a racial conflict. Do you think that's an accurate way of viewing society in the world we live in?
Senator, I don't think so, but I've never studied critical race theory and I've never used it. It doesn't come up in the work that I do as a judge.
So let me ask you a different question. Is critical race theory taught in schools? Is it taught kindergarten through 12th?
Senator, I don't know. I don't think so. I believe it's an academic theory that's at the law school level.
Do you agree with this book that is being taught with kids that babies are racist?
Senator, I do not believe that any child should be made to feel as though they are racist or though they are not valued or though they are less than, that they are victims, that they are oppressors. I don't believe in any of that.
So Somehow during that clip, Michael disappeared. I'm sure he'll be coming back. That, I saw that when I first saw all of these questions about critical race theory, which have nothing to do with her being a Supreme Court justice. There's nothing to do with it. And yet Cruz is going at her and grilling her and going at it again and again. And I saw, the question, do you think babies are born racist? And I saw that pause. And it just, I can't imagine what it does to Black America. I know what it did to me. I felt, how dare he? And then this next moment, I thought, she is girding her loins and grabbing all the strength that she can from anything that is out there, any force, just so she does not bite that man's head off. And she did, but I hate the fact that we had to, my husband is back.
See what happened? I'm in a situation in this building where
hold on. We're in the middle of a thought. We can get. I'm exerting my way.
Here to Cruz.
No, but we're talking about the silence, Michael. It's a little more important than your. But it was so impactful to me, and I do think there have been a lot of articles written about that pause. A lot of, she takes the moment and she can't talk. She has to give it the second she gave it, so she could be the Supreme Court justice that the white people needed her to be. And that, I think, is I think it's awesome that she was able to do it, but I think it's horrible that she was put in the position.
So here's the thing. Every Black person, particularly every Black woman in America, saw her go, Senator. And in that 10 seconds that she used, she had whooped his ass, cussed him out, talked about his mama, and talked about everybody else in his family like Donald Trump did. And then went.
Not only that, what else is in that silence? They've known each other for 20 years. They went to college together. They were in the Harvard Law Review together. She's like, motherfucker, you know me. We have worked together. I am respecting you in this moment because I have to, and you are not respecting me.
My husband say, motherfucker,
I don't say that word well either. I'm a really bad motherfucker. I don't do that well. But no, I applaud her so heartily. I also apologize to her as much as I possibly can because I hate what he did.
But he did. They all did. Josh Hawley's sitting there like this.
Oh, he is an asshole too.
You know what? He's the face of. Remember, we had that talk about that little white boy who was in the face of that Native American man.
I don't want you talking about it. He's not the one. Talk about Holly. That's
grown-up face. No, that's the grown-up face of that same child,
Michael.
Because I'm sorry, you cannot talk about children as children anymore because of the way they are being raised. People are always saying,
Michael, you're getting us off track. I want to keep going on the thing.
I'm gonna bring that back up though.
Okay. Marsha Blackburn.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Senator, in my work as a judge, what I do is I address disputes. If there's a dispute about a definition, people make arguments, and I look at the law and I decide.
Well, the fact that you can't give me a straight answer about something as fundamental as what a woman is underscores the dangers of the kind of progressive education that we are hearing about.
I would like Chelsea Handler to respond.
And I'd like Senator Marsha Blackburn to define what a hairbrush is and how to use it. I didn't read that. That's funny. Well,
here's the deal. Every single one of them did this. They had a setup that this conversation led into trans women in sports. And so can you define what a woman is? And, Ketanji's way too smart. She knows where this is going. She sees it a mile off. Because she knows what they're doing. And she goes, I can't because She also knows that this is coming to the Supreme Court. These type of issues are coming. She can't talk about that openly. She can't give her personal opinion on this. And every single time one of those Republicans says, give me a personal opinion on X, Y, and Z, it's bullshit because she cannot. She is there to talk about what she can offer professionally, not to give opinion.
Can you put up what Greg's just said? Hey, Blake Hammond, how you doing, boo-boo? Good to see you, baby. It's been a minute. The fact that Ben Sass said that she is everything that is needed, but I can't vote for her black ass.
I got to say this. When I saw her and Ben Sass talk, I really liked the conversation they were having. It was very intellectual, and I was wondering what direction he was going to vote in. That disappoints me. Because I thought higher of him, because they had a very intellectual conversation during that time.
But he just said, but I can't vote for her black ass.
No, and that's bullshit. Because I mean, you can't find anyone more qualified. This is the reality. You cannot. She's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like Obama. You couldn't find anyone more qualified to be president in that time period.
What's up, Marco? I know. It's just crazy.
You know, and they're dealing with white mediocrity and then black exceptionalism. It's a horror.
Can you play for me what Cory Booker said to end all this? Because it helps me.
Well, we have a Lindsey Graham clip.
Oh, my God. Oh, Ladybug. Oh, come on, Ladybug. Play Miss Ladybug.
One of the most effective deterrents is one that I imposed in every case and that judges across the country impose in every case, which is substantial supervision. Any of these
wait a minute, Judge. You think it is a bigger deterrent to take somebody who's on a computer looking at sexual images of children in the most disgusting way is to supervise their computer habits versus putting them in jail?
No, Senator, I didn't say versus.
That's exactly what you said. I think the best way to deter people from getting on a computer and viewing hundreds and over time, maybe millions, the population as a whole, of children being exploited and abused every time somebody clicks on is to put their ass in jail, not supervise their computer usage.
Senator, I wasn't talking about versus.
You just said you thought it was a deterrent to supervise them. I don't think it's a deterrent. I think the deterrent is putting them in jail.
Senator,
does sentencing have a deterrent component?
Senator, would you let her respond?
Yes.
Rude. Rude.
If you look under the dictionary for bossy bottom, whose face you gonna see?
Those pearls were clutched. I couldn't, and what's so fascinating is they're running off of they've created this false sense of steam that the Democrats were so horrible, interviewing Amy Coney Barrett. No, they weren't. They didn't do that.
They had no qualifications.
They didn't cut her off. They didn't interrupt her. They didn't not let her speak. They did not do that. And I'm blown away about the rudeness. And of course, the whole thing about that she is soft on crime or that she somehow thinks that pedophiles are awesome is bullshit. These are talking points.
I want to say this. Our friend Alec Mappa wrote this today. I have never seen so many white men yell at a black woman since Oprah Winfrey in The Color Purple.
There we go. And when she was interrupted that last time, the look on her face, she did it again. She reached out to whomever. Strength. Yes, I am not going to bite this man's head off. Yeah. Yes, we should end with Cory Booker. I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
With Cory Booker. We've talked enough.
I'm so glad that he was able to round things out this way.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not letting anybody in the Senate steal my joy. Because I know you and we appreciate something that we get that a lot of my colleagues don't. And I want to tell you, when I look at you, this is why I get emotional. It's hard for me not to look at you and not see my mom, not to see my cousins I see my ancestors and yours. You have earned this spot. You are worthy. You are a great American. There is a love in this country that is extraordinary. You admitted it about your parents. They loved this nation, even though this country didn't love them back. But you are here because of that kind of love. And nobody's taken this away from me.
I can't snap with my right hand, but no. It's
She like fondled her tissue. Did you notice? She's like, they're gonna get me to cry. Don't do it.
she earned this.
No.
And I need y'all to think when someone says to you, and this is out to our white colleagues, because I don't know if I can use the word white ally anymore.
That word doesn't work with you. You don't like that word.
But I will say white colleagues.
But the problem is people have misused the word.
Yeah, but our white colleagues.
Sure.
Keep speaking. Keep speaking out. Keep talking to your families and friends. Don't let this minor bullshit happen. Don't do it. You have to keep speaking out. Now, I'm not saying that some of y'all are not, because I know you are. But keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Because guess what? When she's sitting on that bench, no one's going to steal this joy. No one's going to steal that joy. That's what's going to happen. But you know who is joyless?
Who?
Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas is the exact opposite.
Honey, he's sick. Don't talk badly about the ill. No, not before she's nominated. Get her nominated first. Get her nominated first. Don't mess it up.
No, not get nominated. Get her.
Get her in office. Have the vote happen. Have Kamala pass the final vote. And then if something happens to Clarence Thomas, not saying I want
not trying to wish anything bad on the coon. On the cool, refreshing drink I'm having.
I just had to. I was. Well,
Clarence Thomas. I'm going to do this real quick. Clarence Thomas was the only person on the Supreme Court to reject Trump's attempt to block Congress from getting any of the records relating to January 6th. Turns out, Ms.
Ginny Thomas, his wife,
Virginia, her full name is Virginia. That should say everything. Ms. Ginny Thomas was not only at the rally, she's had text messages back with all these motherfuckers, including Mark Meadows, who turned all that shit in. Talking about God and Satan and power and evil versus good, and we have to do whatever we can to keep Trump in office. And then the heifer had to say, yes, I said heifer. Then that heifer, because sometimes heifer is the only thing that works. Then the heifer had to say, oh, I left before anything happened. I didn't even see the speeches. I can't wait for those pictures of that crowd to come out and her punk ass is sitting right there.
So Barbara Boxer was on the radio today. You know our Barbara Boxer.
I want to say one thing.
Go ahead, do it.
Nard K. Addison has said the most truthful thing I've ever heard today. She got teacup on Clarence.
Oh. So Barbara Boxer was on the radio today, and she said, she knows Ginny from back in the day when she was a senator in Washington. And
was Ginny from the block?
Ginny from the block. She knows. Oh God, we wanted to play that video. That was a good video, by the way. Tell people to check it out. It was the
iHeartRadio Awards, and Jennifer Lopez won the Icon of the Year award. If y'all are not looking at that video,
go watch the video. I wish we could. We wanted to play it, but we knew we'd be beeped and dinged and everything. There's a bunch of drag queens and oh, it's awesome.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Jennifer Lopez is getting. She like goes higher and higher in my esteem daily. I don't know what I was saying. Oh, Jenny from Barbara Boxer. Barbara Boxer says, that she also has been married for a long time, and she saw in the tweets that went to Mark Meadows, she said, I can see that there's a lot of emotion involved, and I know when I'm full of emotion, it does go to my husband. So her assumption is that Clarence Thomas very well knew what was going on. So I mean, that's part of it. Who knows? But the January 6th committee is trying to figure out, do we want to bring in Jenny Thomas? Do we want to bring in Clarence Thomas? They're trying to,
He needs to recuse himself from anything that has to do with Trump and January 6th.
100%. And anything that she is connected to, on top of which.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Okay, no.
He's
home. He just walked in the door. He's been out. You want to say hi?
Hi. I know.
Hey, there's a lot more people than me here, kiddo. But
say hello to other people.
Hello.
Oh.
Do you know whose voice that is?
It's 9:30. Leave it out. Our son's been out all night.
He is.
Oh, that I won't.
No. Give me 1 second. So, I have something totally different.
All right.
This was on the interwebs today.
Oh.
It's Kid Rock on Tucker Carlson. I kind of apologize, but we got to do it. Here we go.
He just knows how to have fun. Doesn't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
He's engaging. It's just, you're just cutting it up. What do you think we should do about North Korea? I'm like, what? I don't think I'm qualified to answer this. I make dirty records sometimes.
So while in the White House,
say one thing right now.
Yeah, go.
The media watching that. I am now diagnosed with chlamydia just watching that.
Wow.
This is what I don't understand. How is Tucker Carlson? He's laughing at the fact that Kid Rock is saying Trump asked him, "What do you think we should do about Korea?" And Tucker Carlson is laughing like, "Well, that's awesome, dude! How wonderful!" I'm like, "What? You're asking someone that has no governance experience. Well, Trump had no governance experience. Has no and has no information. You're asking him, for advice."
Hey, Ira. I don't know. Tuckums. And the fact
I got to cleanse our palate, Michael.
And Tuckums is Tuckums.
We're just gonna flash Willie Ames periodically throughout, just to cleanse that palate.
We need like an episode where we just bring people on and talk about their childhood crushes, because we
gotta find these people. You know that they want to be on air. Where is Willie Ames today? Although, do we wonder?
Well, I bet we know some people who can get to those people. Now, come on.
Hold on. Sebastian wants to do something. I don't know what it is. You want to allow him? We have a moment.
All right, go.
Go. No, you can't do do that isn't interesting.
And then,
We're more sophisticated than that. You have to give us something.
We only have a few more minutes, buddy. Give us a few more minutes.
Oh no, hold on. So, this
No. What is it? Just tell me what. Is it a fire truck?
No,
it's Sean Taylor.
It's this. Look.
James Clark.
Who's James
I don't know who James Clark is, buddy.
No, it's from it says from 1957 to 2021.
Right, but we don't know who he is. Who is he?
Okay.
Why is that not so familiar?
Sebastian, we talked about it.
You have to do this. Here, let us finish the show, and then we'll talk about James Clark. I'll have you talk to Daddy about that. Parenting.
Oh, what's that movie kid?
Parenting. No, I don't know who he is. Maybe someone knows who it is. Anybody who James Clark is? Just wondering.
I don't know.
Send in the chat.
I know they're listening.
Yeah, they're listening.
If anyone knows,
No. Where we already asked. Go. Parenting.
What's this?
I don't know. I'll talk to you later about this. You said that you would respect this.
Right.
What's this? Picasso.
Bash. You said you would respect this. Respect it. Parenting.
And 8 is enough to fill our lives with love.
So we're ending with the Oscars. Oscar Sunday, Monday. I forget.
Monday.
Sunday. I don't know. I'm asking a question.
When does the Oscars ever
Aren't we dark on Sunday?
No, because you should always remember that the Oscars on Sunday, because there was that one Oscar moment when I was with your family who doesn't care about the Oscars.
I don't know what day of the
and
week.
I tried to watch it, and they would talk all the way through.
You know, of all the Oscar stories, and you have to come down to my family. How very dare you? How dare you, I say.
Dion just posted a different. Oh my God! Look at the picture that Dion just posted of Willie Ames.
I only have a. I only have that.
I don't know.
You see the picture?
I saw a picture.
Ooh, I don't have a picture on my end.
Adam Alexander said the only James Clark that I know is definitely not dead is the founder of Netscape.
So here's the Oscar, the biggest Oscar thing for me. Are you ready?
Yes.
It begins with will Coda actually pull it out and win?
Okay. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
You haven't watched Coda. You can't talk about it.
I was gonna watch it last night, but I watched a black horror film on white microaggressions
called Master, which you recommend to everyone. Yes.
Master. I'm gonna tell you this. Now, I can't watch it tonight. I'll watch it tomorrow between shows.
You're going to watch it before the Oscars.
I am going to watch it before.
I'm going to watch it for a second time. I might watch it tonight for the second time.
Because power to the pooch, as Amanda Carlson says, power to the pooch?
Yes,
no.
I'm saying no too.
No.
Amanda, I agree with you. I'm not. Normally when I watch movies the second time, I go, oh, I'm kind of fonder of this. Or I get that aspect. Power of the Dog, I went the other direction. I'm
not into that at all. Mine. I mean, okay, here's what I would like. Will Smith, actress. I hate. only reason I'm saying her name is Kristen Stewart is because she's a queer woman.
I'm telling you, Kristen Stewart was the most compelling. I just think she was, and it's weird to say that. I hear you.
It's hard to say it because I did not like the movie,
and that's just. And I know the second might be Jessica Chastain. I just am not a Tammy Faye fan. That kind of turned me off in a way.
Right,
and if not Will Smith, I have to say this: Andrew Garfield would be next on my list easily.
Yeah, I can say that
easily.
But I believe it's going to be Will Smith.
I kind of do too.
And it's finally good to have an actor win for the year they actually did a good job.
As opposed to, win for...
As opposed to, like, Jessica Lange winning for Blue Sky.
What movie?
Blue Sky.
What movie? Has anyone seen Blue Sky twice? Anyone?
Has anyone seen Blue Sky?
I saw it. I remember it back in the day.
We watched it together. I remember seeing it.
No, we didn't. That was before us being together.
I feel like we did. All right, so...
Tommy Lee Jones, directed. I kind of remember the movie a little bit.
Crick is here.
Cricky, is he healthy? Cricky, are you healthy? That was a bad story. I was a bad neighbor.
Anyway,
sorry, Crick. Supporting actor is what?
Supporting actor Troy Kotsur.
You haven't seen the movie, but he does deserve it. 100%.
I don't even remember who's nominated now.
Well, 2 actors from Power of the Pooch.
Why? Why were they nominated? They're both amazing actors, but why were they nominated?
Because
Lord, how amazing.
Bring it smaller. Make it this way. No, too much. I don't like it. Make it a little fun. She kept bringing the actors down.
Let's not talk about that white. Let's not talk about that white woman who disregards black women.
Don't denigrate all white people.
Oh, I'm talking about this. I'm talking about a very specific white woman who disrespected all black women by what she said. Oh, go ahead. I'm letting that one go. Being the director, disrespecting all black women.
I'm hearing what you're saying.
By just disrespecting them by saying that what I do is always going to be more important than what you do. And best supporting actor.
Jennifer Lee Warren said Stewart was boring, but Jessica's Tammy Faye sucked. But one of them may win. Love
it. All right. Best supporting actor and best actress.
Supporting actor. No, supporting actress is where we know who's going to win that.
Ariana DeBose is going to win.
Ariana DeBose, yeah.
Best documentary, Summer of Soul.
Oh, here, David C. Nichols always has a thing.
Foreign film, Drive My Car. Encanto will definitely win. And those are my picks. There you go.
You know, we were talking about Flea, Michael and I, and you know, here it's nominated for best documentary, best animation, and best foreign film, and I don't think it's going to win one of them. I don't think it's going to win any one of them. I think foreign film's going to be Drive My Car. I think animation's Encanto, and I think documentary Summer of Soul. I just don't think, and it's horrible because it's an awesome movie. Everyone go see Flea. What do we see at Amazon? I forget where I saw it. Netflix.
I don't remember what it's on, but it's absolutely
it's a wonderful film. But I don't think it's going to win, and it's nominated in 3 categories. It's an amazing. You know, how does that happen?
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Hey, baby.
I love you.
I love you.
Happy Oscar Friday. We're gonna have. Are we gonna watch together? I never thought about that.
Hey, this is my penultimate. This is the penultimate Boozing with Gays in Montgomery, Alabama.
So you're going to be sitting next to me in 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Penultimate.
And then I might be gone the next.
Maria said the Flea's on Hulu.
Hulu. Thank you, Maria.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I got stuff to do. I got to finish reading plays for a play reading festival.
I got
Young Playwrights Festival. Rock on.
Do you know what I'm reading?
What are you reading?
Catcher in the Rye.
Oh, you're going to be a delight to come home to.
You phony. So Maxwell had to read Catcher in the Rye in school, and I went, should I read that again? And they said yes. And I've been reading it. I'm sort of supporting the fact that that book doesn't die.
Hey.
I love you.
I love you. I'll talk to you later, Bader.
Oh, I got to find, where's the music?
Play the music.
Boozing with gays.
Good night.
Good night.